Welcome to Lost in Translation, the show, the podcast. We take the most famous, most quotable films and then translate them through multiple languages, then back into English and read the resulting script live on stage in character. This episode was recorded live during Adelaide Fringe 2021 at Rhino Room. Lost in Translation presents The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, starring Finan, Sophie Addison, Emma Evans and Lochryn Hearne, and guest starring as Frodo and Gandalf respectively, Amy Sincock and Josh Rice of DamnitLeanne.
The world is changed. I feel it in the water. I feel it in the earth. I smell it in the bath. Many things that were once lost are lost because no one lives now. I remember it.
The Lord of the Rings. A grey statue named Gandalf rides in a trolley down a leafy path into Hobbiton. Frodo, a young hobbyist, descends from a hill to meet Gandalf.
You're late.
A magician can never be late, Frodo Baggins, and he will never be early. He comes whenever he wants.
They stare into each other's eyes and start laughing.
You're good at seeing, Gandalf.
Did I miss your Uncle Bilbo's birthday?
What is news from the outside world? Tell me anything.
What? Anything? Very curious, hobbits. Most unnatural. Life in the vast world is as if it were ending. They don't even know your hobbies. I am very grateful for that.
In the town centre, hobbyists are busy preparing for a big night out.
The long-waiting party. So how is he, my old rascal? I heard it was going to be a special grand party.
He called half the country to come.
Oh my goodness,
He's scheming something.
Oh, and so?
Frodo shoots Gandalf through the eyes. The end.
Okay then, keep thy secrets. I thought about Baggins a lot before you came. I have never ventured or done anything unexpected.
If you are speaking about the event of the dragon, I wasn't there. I pushed your simple uncle out the door.
Well, you've been officially labelled as a peace disruptor.
Frodo runs away. Gandalf pulls the trolley up outside the gate to a hobbyist hole called The End of the Bag. A sign on the gate reads, "There is no agreement, exceptional business." Gandalf knocks on the door and a voice comes from inside.
No, thank you. I no longer want visitors, good desires, or far-reaching relationships.
And what about older friends?
The door opens to reveal Bilbo Baggins, an old, but not old, hobbyist, and Frodo's uncle.
It's nice to see you. 11 years old. Who would believe it? You're not old yet.
Gandalf moves in with Bilbo at the end of the bag.
I've got to get out of these relatives every day. Peace. I want to see Mountain again. Mountain, Gandalf. And then find a quiet place where I can conclude my book. Oh, tea!
So you're going through plans?
Yes, it's all in hand. All arrangements have been made.
Frodo is suspect.
Obviously, he is a Baggins.
You'll tell him, won't you?
Yes.
He's really mad at you.
I know. He might come with me if I asked him. I think Frodo's love of Shire, forests and fields is still in his heart. I'm old, Gandalf. I know I don't look it, but I'm starting the feels in my heart.
Bilbo fingers something unseen in his waistcoat pocket.
I feel thin, kind of like grape butter. Scraping too much bread. I need a party. a long party, and I don't expect to come back. In fact, I don't like doing that.
Boom! A firework explodes the night above Hobbiton. Gandalf rushes around setting up explosives. Bilbo tells stories about his trip to a group of young entertainment, also known as hobbyists. Children. Meanwhile, two naughty young entertainers, Successful, who is merry, and Pippin, fight in Gandalf's wagon for a firework.
The size! Bigger size! You must put it on the ground.
Pippin is holding a great rocket to pass benefits.
It's on the floor!
Whoosh! Exploded rocket became a dragon's. Frodo rushed to save Bilbo.
Bilbo, watch! Dragons!
Dragons? Fool! There has never been a dragons for 1,000 years.
The dragon's rocket fizzles out.
Very good.
Let's get someone else.
Suddenly, Big Hands took Successful and Pippin's... Successful, who is merry, and Pippin's ears.
Meriadoc Brandybuck and Peregrine Took. I would have known.
Bilbo steps onto a chair to give a lecture to the crowd.
Speak!
My dear sons of bags, boffins, brandybucks, grubs, chubs, hornblowers, bludgers, brace girdles, and proudfoots. Today is your 1.5-year birthday. Alas, 11 years is too short to live between great hobbyists. I don't know half of you are in the best storm I want, and I love half of you as well as your employers.
Bilbo's hand takes something from his vest pocket and held it behind his back.
Obtain things to do, and this very late. I'm sorry to announce this end. I'm going to leave. I have to fire all of you as a loving farewell. Bye.
Bilbo fades away. The party explodes! Back in the end of the bag, Bilbo reappears, dragging a simple gold ring from his fingers. He smiles and then keeps the ring in his pocket, but he turns around to see Galf, who is Gandalf, is huge on him.
I think you think that was unchangeable.
Come on, Galdalf. Did you see their face?
There are many magic ring in the world, Bilbo Baggins, and none of them should be used thinly.
It was fun. Well, you're probably okay as usual.
You will keep an eye on the Grodo, will you not?
I am leaving everything up to him.
What about this ring of yours?
Bilbo is obsessed with fireplaces.
Yes. It's in an envelope on the fireplace.
What did I tell you?
No. It's in my pocket. Is that strange? Still, after all, why should I keep it?
I think you should give the ring back, Bilbo.
It's my own, my valuable one.
Valuable? It has been said before, but not you.
So, what I do with my own things is your business.
I think that ring of yours has got long enough.
You want it for you.
Galf stands to his full height. His eyes flash. His shadow fills the room.
Bilbo Baggins does not control me for some quality cheap strategy. I am not trying to loot at you. I am trying to help you. All your long years we have been acquaintances. Trust me as you once did. Let it go.
You're all right, Galdalf. The ring must go to the sun.
Bilbo picked up his backpack and stood on the front door.
It's late. The road is long. Yes, it's time.
The ring is still in your pocket.
Bilbo removes the ring and throws it on the floor. Bang. Later, Frodo arrived at the end of the bag. He picked up the ring with his feet. Gandalf is obsessed with fireplaces. As if his mind has been locked.
My valuable, very expensive.
He's gone, right? He spoke for ages before he left. I didn't expect him to do that. Gandalf?
He went to live with dwarves with all your stuff.
Gandalf pulls out an envelope and Frodo throws the ring into it. Gandalf seals the envelope with wax and hands it to Frodo.
The ring is yours now. Condolences. Leave it out of sight.
Gandalf goes to leave.
Where are you going?
I had something to do with it.
What's going on?
The problem. To answer questions.
But you've just arrived. I don't understand.
Neither do I. Keep a secret. Get a safe.
Weeks or months or days later, Gandalf, who is Gandalf, is dragged back into the end of the bag to meet Sodo, who is Frodo.
What is a secret? What is a safe?
Sodo takes the envelope from a briefcase. Gandalf sets him on fire.
What are you doing?
Hold your hand, Sodo. It's cool.
Gandalf throws the ring into Sodo's hand. Everyone is so violent with this ring.
Can you see? Do you see anything?
It's nothing. Nothing. Wait. There are signs. Here is some kinds of Elvis. I'm not going to read it.
There are a few who can. The language is that of more doors. I'm not talking here. The general tongue says, the ring to rule them, the ring to find them, the ring to buy them, and to tie them up in the dark. Here is Lord Sharon's hand. Isolde took it from her personally.
Bilbo found it. Palm Bear.
For 60 years, the ring remained him calm and kept counting. Life lasted a long time, delayed age. But not anymore, Sodo. The ring is upstairs. It heard his master's calls.
But it was destroyed. The sun was destroyed.
No, Sodo. The spirit of Lord Sharon endured. Sodo. He does not know.
All right. I'll take it off and fill it up. We never speak again. Nobody knows it's here, do they?
There's another one who knew Bilbo was a ring. I watched all of Gollum's cattle, but the enemy got them first. I don't know how long they were tortured, but they understood the 2 words between the screams.
Shitbags! That's gonna bring them here.
Sodo thrusted at Gandalf with the ring.
Take it! Take it!
You can't offer me this ring.
I'll give it to you.
Don't try me, Sodo. Understand, I want to use this ring to do good, but it would play a very big bad force to imagine through me.
What do I have to do?
You have to leave. Leave now. Get out of the shower.
I did not realize this entire scene took place in a bathroom.
She's throwing her ring at me.
But where? Where am I going to go now that I'm dry?
Make brie. I'll be waiting for you on a prancing pony. I need to look at the head of my order. He's wise and powerful. He'll know what to do.
Suddenly, sound from outside. Gafofaloff dragged one of his employees through the window. Samwise Gamgee.
Print this, Sambis Gumgee. Why are you talking?
I haven't given any kind of nod, sir. Honest. I was checking out the grass under the window, if you're following me.
What did you hear? Tell.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I've heard a lot about the ring, also the ruler of the dark, Also something about the end of the world. But Mr. Gandalf, sir, don't put me into unnatural situations.
No, probably not. I have benefits for you. Be careful, both of you. There are many easy-to-access essays. Always remember, Sodo, the ring is trying to get back to its master.
Gandalf is back on the run. On Friday, on the other side of the country, Cham, who is Sam, stops walking next to Grodo, who is Frodo.
That's me.
Is it Cham?
If I go 1 step ahead, my family will be far away from my previous one.
Come, Cham.
Meanwhile, at Isengard, Saruman, a white magic man, waits for Gandalf at the base of the Orthanc Tower.
Smoke rises again from Demolition Mountain. Shadow can form from Mordor's sadness. Then there was Gandalf in Isengard and my IT experts. Because what are you going to do, my middle-aged boyfriend?
Saruman!
Gandalf and Saruman slow dance through the beautiful trees of Isengard.
All these long years in the Shire, inside my nose.
All those hobbyist investments have slowed your mind.
We still have time. Enough time to suppress Sharon if we run fast.
Time? What time do you think it is? Like 1:15?
Well, roughly 10:55.
Oh. Pick it up.
Saruman and Gandalf continue their conversation inside the Orthanc Tower.
He regained a lot of his former power. He's not very physical, but his spirit is not lost. The Lord of Mordor hides in his tower and sees everything. You know what I'm talking about, Gandalf? The great face, with no lid and a wreath of flame.
Sharon's face.
He took everything bad for himself, but he has called a large army to launch an attack on Middle-earth.
What do you know?
I saw it. It's a little longer than you think. Sharon is on the move. Minas Morgul left on the 9th.
The 9th?
You'll find the ring and kill who wears it.
Gandalf turns to the door, horrified. The door slams his face.
Are you seriously considering a hobbyist fight with Sharon? No one can do that. We need to get in touch with him, Gandalf. We have access to Sharon. It's a great idea, my friend.
Tell me, mate. In Sharon's case, are you think about madmen?
Fight! Saruman wins!
Wizard punch.
Death.
Frodo, who is Frodo, and Sam walk through fields of maggots. Sam lost his eyesight and Frodo.
Mr. Frodo! Mr. Frodo!
Frodo returns forever.
Oh, thank God. I thought you lost.
What are you talking about?
It's just something that Gandalf said. Deliver it, Samwise Gamgee, he said. And I don't understand.
Sam, we're still in Shire. What can happen?
Suddenly, Pippin and Beautiful, who is Merry, fall out from the harvest.
Frodo! Beautiful! It's Frodo Baggins!
Hey, Frodo!
What is the significance of this?
Sam, hold this.
Beautiful gives Sam a big cabbage.
You've stolen... Sorry. You've stolen maggots from farmer vegetables.
Maggot farmers start chasing them.
I don't know why he's so angry. I'm only a carrot.
And a fish! And you were 3 potato bags last week.
That's just the obvious answer, Pippin.
Frodo, Sam, and Mary, who is Merry, and Happiness, who is Pippin, fall down a hill and land on the head of a dank, dark road.
Brandybuck and O.T. Took. Cool rap name. I don't trust you.
What? It was just a small trip. You know, a shortcut.
What is a shortcut?
We should get out of the way.
A long wail, as in the mammal, comes in the air. Like a screaming from a bad and lonely creature.
Get out of my way.
Sam caught Mary and Happiness. They hide under the coast of the sea. A sad Ringworth steps in sight. Set a big black horse with hood and faceless, knee-high eyes. Frodo is going to wear the ring.
Frodo?
Well done to throw mushrooms across the road. Good job, guys. Ringworth leaves. The slipper slipped into the soil and slipped. Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin come into the dancing horse. Frodo draws Butterbur Alert, the bartender.
I'm sorry.
Good evening, young masters. If you are looking an apartment, we have some beautiful rooms available. Kosher hobbit rooms. Mr. It's in the script.
Underhill. I'm under Bill.
The bottom of the hill.
We are friends of Galdalf. Can you tell him we're here?
Galdalf. Galdalf. Oh, yes. I remember. Old friend. Great. Ceiling breasts. Defined hat. I haven't seen him in 6 months.
What are we going to do?
Frodo, Sam, Happy, who is Merry, and Pippinafell, who is Pippin, sit on the table on the wall and try to remain unstable.
Sam? He'll be here. Come on.
Happy plunks down at the table with a very big mug of Banks.
What is that?
That's a pint, my friend.
It comes in pints. I want to own one.
Pippinafell picks up his feet and goes to the pub.
Relatives have done nothing. You have been administrator since we arrived.
Sam shows Frodo that lonely, brooding man from the hood. On the table is far away. Frodo turns to Butterbur Alert, the bartender, who is cleaning a table.
I'm sorry. This dude? Who is he?
He was one of the wildlife soldiers. They are dangerous people who walk in the wilderness. I didn't hear his real name, but here he's called Strider.
A strider.
Meanwhile, at the pub,
Bags! Sure, I know Bags. He's there.
Frodo jumped on his feet and pushed towards the pub.
Frodo Baggins, my second cousin, he had once removed. His mother's side and my third cousin twice to the father, if you follow me.
No. Frodo holds Pippinafell's sleeves and lets his banker go.
Pippinafell!
What's up, Frodo?
Frodo turned back, and the land slides. The ring falls slowly and collides with his fingers. Although, notably, Frodo heard the voice of Sharon. There is no life in the void here, just cool death only. Frodo takes off his rings and accessories. The man from the hood, Strider, pulls Frodo into the collarbone and pulls him off in the hallway. Oh, God.
Thanks, buddy.
Pay a lot of attention to yourself, Mr. Bottom of the Hill.
In the Hobbit's room, Strider and Frodo synchronize a picture.
What do you want?
How much do you pay attention? This is your makeup.
I don't wear anything.
Really? I can avoid being looked at, but to disappear completely, it is a very, 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 very...
Who are you?
Are you scared?
The answer is yes.
Not scared enough. I always knew what you were up to.
Frodo jumped at the noise of the door opening. I'm Strider, paints his sword. The door was broken, and Sam, Merry, and Pippin showed up at the door.
Let him go, or I'll find you, Longshan.
Stride sheathes himself with his sword.
You've got a heavy heart, little hobbit. You can't wait for the magic man anymore, Frodo.
Afterwards, when the door sleeps, hobbits sleep. 4 ringweights enter their room. During the hockey tournament, the ringweights stab the beds. Strider listens to the voice of the room in his own room, where the hobbits are. The ringweights are stabbing cushions.
Where are you?
At that time, they were male. They were excellent males at that time. Give them the powers of 9 desks. They don't have a colour for their leftovers. They leave without doubt. One dark, and now they are being taken away from others.
Europe has gas on the streets of Britain.
They are Uzur, Lisbon, non-Inuit or dead. At any given time, they feel their button. That's the authority. They will never stop for you.
Stretcher, who is Strider, leads Frodo, Sam, Mary, and Piping Winds, who is Pippin. They're hot stoppers and sleep envelopes on the side of a hill.
Ladies and gentlemen, stop it at nightfall.
Breakfast?
You already have it.
We had one, yes, but what about the other breakfast?
I don't think he knows the second breakfast, Piping Winds.
What about 11 meal intervals? Tea in the afternoon, dinner. Does he know about that?
I can't count.
Meanwhile, in Shingard, which is Isengard, Saruman is standing on the head of a spheric pallant. His hands are wide cleft.
The power of the Alexander is at your command, Sharon, Lord of the Earth.
Build me an army worth more doors. An orc Aufschweißer is approaching.
Orders from the Mordors, me lord. What does the eye command?
We have to do it.
Gandalf is standing like on top of the Orthanc summit. The summit is just a small land-based area with a sheer drop of 500 feet. As the beautiful trees of Isengard are torn apart from the earth by orcs, Gandhi looks on with terror. The hobbits will continue to travel under Strider's direction. Strider stops in front of a distant hill, the crown of old ruins.
Back in the good old days, this was Saul's magnificent watchtower. We're resting here tonight.
They fall into a small cave. They're dirty and tired. Strider cuts off the hobbit's feet with 4 little swords.
These are for you. Keep them close. I'll look around.
They were close before.
Hours later, Frodo wakes up, and Sam, Mary, and Apartment Sonia, who is Pippin, were found in a little fire.
What are you doing?
Tomatoes, sauces, and crispy bacons.
We saved you, Mr. Frodo.
Let's go, you idiots! Take me out!
Frodo desperately threw dirt into the fire.
Oh, cute! Ash in my pomodors.
There's a cunning whale in the air, like the mammal. 5 ringworths run on steep slopes. Frodo, Sam, Mary, and Apartment Sonia are desperately awaiting the conference.
Back up, Satan!
Ringworths closed in on Frodo. He pulled out the ring and disappeared. Frodo finds himself in the comic Twilight world. He looks like one of the Ringworths and can now see their real experiences. A witch stabs King Frodo. He's returning to the real world. Sam rushing to him. Strider set the ring on fire.
Help him, Strider!
He was stabbed with a rusty blade.
Do something!
It's past my healing ability. He needs fairy medicine.
We're 6 days away from Rivendell. He's never going to buy it.
Meanwhile, in Isengard, Saruman breeds a new type of orc called Uruk-hai, and Gandalf talks to a moth. Back in a forest, Sam and Strider are desperate to find dark forest bottoms. Strider freezes the blade of the sword, which is touching his neck.
Hey. What's this? The guard was caught by his guard?
Strider is slow to see Arwen. He takes her to Frodo. She speaks Elvish with subtitles.
Frodo, I'm Arwen, DamnitLeanne.
I'm Arwen. I came to help you.
Lastobeth nin dolodan nagliad.
Hear my voice. Go towards the light.
Who is this man?
Go away. He can't take it. We have to drag him to my dad.
Where are you taking him? I know you just said, but where?
There's 5 wraith behind you. Where there's 4 left, I don't know.
Dartho Gwyn Berian, Rick Lee Ad Tolthathon.
Stay with the enthusiasts. I'll send you 11 horses.
Hon mabathon rachoch yelintim.
I'll take it. I'm a faster driver.
I'm then to Angel.
The road is too long.
Frodo galen androthon ni fadur. Gwyth min bibrahon hon.
What are they saying?
I'm not afraid of them.
Arwen installs her horse, who is named Old Fort.
Arwen, ride hard. Don't feel.
Frodo wakes up in Rivendell to a familiar face.
Where am I?
You're at Elrond's house, and now it's 10 a.m. at 2400 hours in October, if you want to know.
Gandalf.
I'm here, and you're lucky. A few more hours and you'd actually have been helpful. You have power in you, my beloved hobby.
What happened, Gandalf? What have we not met us?
I'm sorry about Frodo.
Gandalf's eyes leave to the distance.
It was late.
Gandalf daydreams about how the moth he talked to flew off and brought back a giant eagle. Then he jumped off the Orthing Tower onto the eagle like a badass.
Gandalf? What is it?
Nothing, Frodo.
Disambiguation, who is Sam, runs on Frodo's bed.
Frodo, bless you, wake up!
I don't think disambiguation is on your side.
We were worried about you, Mr. Gandalf.
I don't know why you're worried about me. With Mr. Elrond's skills, you've begun to change.
Frodo is taken to meet his Bilbow, who is Bilbo, which is very old since we last saw him. Bilbow will show you his book.
Bilbo Buggins' story.
I will be back. Will the streets of Mirkwood visit Lake Town, see Lonely Hill again, but for an age, it feels like I'm finally getting old.
I love Shire. I spent my childhood wishing somewhere away, one of your adventures along with you, but my journey was very different. I don't like you, Bilbo.
My dear boy.
Later, Gandalf talks to Elrond, Lord of the High Villains. His face is neither old nor young. They watch Frodo and Sam nearby, but from a distance.
His power is coming back.
That flesh will never heal completely.
And he came to bring the ring? The hobbyists have shown a particular skill for its wickedness.
This is when you should never have brought him in, Elrond.
Gandalf, the enemy is moving. Sharon's power rubs the east. And his eyes are fixed on Riverdale. Season 2. Sayuri Ramon betrayed us. Our allies are thin.
His infidelity is deeper than you think.
He didn't cheat on you. You're his middle-aged boyfriend.
It was a very, very powerful relationship, and I'll have no more words about it.
This demon can't hide the power of Goths. We have the power to fight both Mordor and Isnard. Gandalf, you can't stay here.
Gandalf watches as Boromir, a human, Legolas, an elf, and Gimli, a dwarf, ride Riverdale Gate.
This danger belongs to the entire midpoint. They must decide how to stop him, and not only for his sake. There is no more time to play golf. Who do we turn to? Dwarf? They hide the mountains and search for money. They don't care about other people's problems.
We have to put our hopes on people.
People? Weak people. People race does not work. The ring exists because of people. I was there, Gandalf.
Flashback to the crack of Mount Destiny, also known as Doom.
I took Isildur to the center of Mount Destiny, where the ring begged to be destroyed.
Elrond stands with Isildur on the center of the mountain.
Burn it! Destroy it!
Isildur turns and walks away.
Isildur!
The flashback finishes.
I should have ended that day, but the devil was allowed to persevere. Isildur, I just can't get his name right,
Keep trying, my friend.
held the ring, and the king's line was broken. There is no power left in the people world, scattered, divided, and then undivided.
There is a person who can untie them so they get back what Mordor throws.
He switched that road off a long time ago, like at the wall. You can't.
Inside Elrond's art gallery, Strider watches from the shadows as Burma, who is Boromir, looks at a broke sword and talks to himself.
The blade that cut Suzanne's hand off. Still sharp.
Burma senses Strider's existence.
But I'm broke.
Burma drops the sword and walks away. Strider picks it up as Arwen appears behind him.
Why are you scary in the past? You are in Israel, not Israel. You have nothing to do with the it.
The same blood products are treated in my veins, with the same weaknesses.
Your time has come. You will face the same thing, and you will lose.
The next day, Elrond asks for advice at the Free People Council meeting.
Strangers, old friends from distant countries, you have been asked to respond to the threat of Mordor's. Middle-earth is to be destroyed. No one can escape it. You will be united or you'll fall. Every race becomes this fate. This is destined to be. Frodo, bring out the circle.
Frodo places the circle on a plinth. Sitting at the meeting across from Elrond is Boromir, Legolas the elf, and Gimli the dwarf.
This is gifted. Why is this circle not used? My father, the manager of Gondor, has been holding the Mordor forces for a long time in the bay. Your countries are safe because of blood. Mordor gives us the enemy weapon. Let it use it.
You can't do that. None of us can. A circle only answers the Sharon. He has no other boss.
And what is our familiarity?
Legolas stands to defend Strider.
This is not a fraud. He is Aragorn, the son of Arthur. Maybe. You owe him your loyalty.
Aragorn? It is the legacy of Isildur.
And inherited the throne of Gondor.
This monkey does not need a king.
Option 1. The circle must be destroyed.
Then why wait?
Gimli runs forward and swings his axe down, shattering it into pieces with a death column.
Gimli, Glan's son, cannot be destroyed by any of us. He's a frickin' unit, guys. He should be taken deep into the Mordor and throw himself into the sad hole from where he came. One of you has to do this. I'm not. Have you seen him? Fuck.
The council sits on its eyes.
One does not simply go for a walk in Mordor. Its black door is more protected than the top of a boat. There are a few bad things that don't sleep, and the big eye is never conscious. There are bad soils that are exposed to fire, ashes, and dust. This is the real air you breathe, the venomous breath. 10,000 people could not do that. This is stupid.
Have you heard what Mr. Allardyce said? The circle must be destroyed.
And you probably think you're going to do that. Flawless Gimli impression.
And if we fail, what then? What happens when Sharon comes back? What happens to her?
I'll be dead before I ever see the circle in an elf's hands.
And the debate began.
I do not understand, ? As we quarrel, the power of the Sharon increases. No one can escape it. They will destroy sword houses and families.
A noise is forming in Frodo's head before he suddenly becomes erect.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you will.
Or will you? I'll bring the ring to Mordor. I don't know the way.
I'll help you keep this burden shoulder to shoulder, Fernando Baggins. As long as you'll take it.
Oh, I will.
Strider/Aragorn is erect by Fernando.
If I can protect you by your life or my death, I will. They took my sword, though.
Legolas and Gimli become erect as well.
You have my forehead.
And my axe. Am I the only one with a weapon?
Boromir is erect too.
Never mind.
If this is, in truth, a council, Gundr will see it done.
Sam runs away from a bush.
Mr. Frodo is not a gong without me.
No, really. It is hardly possible to separate you. Even if you are asked to seek confidential advice and you don't do so.
Merry and Pippin run away from a temple.
We're coming too. To stop this, we will have to be sent home in a sack.
You need people of wisdom about this kind of mission. Maybe search for a few.
You can't count.
9 companions, as may be. They should be circle mates.
More like circle jerks.
Broad, where are we going?
Days or weeks or months later, the circle mates wandered into deep land of strange valleys and uncertain waters. Gimli leads the group.
If someone asks me about this idea and I notice they did not, I would say that we are moving in a long way, Gandalf. We can reach out to Mariah. My baller cousin will royally welcome us.
No, Gimli. I do not want to take Mariah unless I have no other choice.
Saruman watches over them from Isengard.
So, Gandalf, you are trying to play maracas? If you conquer the mountain, would you be at risk to be more vulnerable?
Legolas hears Saruman's sweet voice in the wind.
The air makes noise.
Thunder rumbles. Rock and shale fall from above.
He's trying to get the mountain down. Gandalf, we must repent.
No.
Gandalf stressed out his co-workers and chants magic into the storm.
I've lost my knockers. Hold me in ruins. Sleep well with Caradhra. Peace. Lying. Preventing anger.
Saruman's voice is strengthened. The mountain is exploding.
We need to leave the mountain behind. Let us go to Rohan. He is my people.
Rohan's wife is very close to Isengard.
We can't be on the mountain. Let's be down there. Let's walk to the Moriah.
Gandalf has a worrying face. He hears the voice of Saruman.
Moriah? You're afraid to get into this, right? The sharing of dwarves is very covert and very intense. Ye knows about waking them up in the dark of Khazad-dûm. Fire!
Let the circle bear decide.
Frodo matches Gandalf's eyes.
We are passed out in Moriah.
If we must.
The circle mates walk along the far shore of Darkness Lake, directly on large menacing cliffs. They reach a glamorous wall made from graves, with Elvis markings.
It says, Durin's door, Mrs. Moriah. I said, buddy, and give him A.
What do you mean by that?
It's simple. If you're a friend, talk about the password and the door's open.
Gandalf raises his arms.
Anon, Edlin, Edro, Hi, Amen.
Nothing happens. It's okay.
Hey, buddy, come on. What's the word Elvis would use for friends?
Oh, watermelon.
This allows the face of the rock to be quietly divided in the middle, and two big doors sway outwards. The circle mates enter the darkness of Moriah in a belligerent way. A wet cave with winding steps lead deeper into the mountain.
Sir Master Elf, you will enjoy the fabulous hospitality of the endorsements. Lights, malt beer, red bone meat. This, my friend, is my cousin Baller's building. And they say it's mine.
Gandalf's cane illuminates the cave as the sorority circle discovers that the room is full of skeletons.
This is not for me. It's a grave.
Oh no! Lol. No!
Fuck.
We should go deal with Rohan's pass. We should never have came in here.
Frodo is suddenly thrown to the ground by a tentacle. Aragorn cuts through the tentacle, and they rush deeper into the mines as the entrance collapses.
Now we only have one option. We must face the long darkness of Moriah. Security on guard. There are things older and dirtier than orcs during the world recession.
This path is divided into 3 paragraphs. Everyone disappears into dark tunnels. Gandalf, who is Gandalf, lost his mind.
I don't remember any of this place.
Then he chose a tunnel by chance.
Ah, it should be.
He doesn't forget.
No, but there's not too much stench in the air. If you doubt me, Meridian, always follow my nose.
They entered another large empty room. A light shaft fell directly on a rock-hard tomb in the middle of the room. Gimli knelt on his knees.
No, oh no!
Gandalf reads the inscription.
Here is the son of Fudin, Lord Moriah. He died because I was scared.
Conservatory, who is Legolas. put his eyes outside the door in a suspicious manner.
We have to move forward. Can we not survive?
Pippin moved away nervously, pushing an armed skeleton into a well. Sound! Sound!
A kidnapped man's fool. Throw yourself this time. Free us from your abusiveness.
Silence. Then the drum sound.
Boothead?
Boromir and Gimli knocked on the door.
You have a cave troll!
Let them come. I'm a breathtakingly desperate dwarf.
The door broke down to reveal 20 goblins and a cave troll. A fight confirms that Frodo has been speared with spears. Aragorn and the others defeated the goblins. Frodo was breathing hastily.
He's alive!
I sure am right. I can't be hurt.
You must die. That spear must have tanned a wild boar.
I think this hobbit is more than his eye injury.
Frodo untied his shirt and unveiled his vest of posted chains.
My train rail. You're complete of surprises, Master Bags.
Boom! Boom! The drum sounds again.
To the Khazad Dûm Bridge.
Gandalf leads the fellowship into the huge Dwarrodelf chamber. A huge shadow surrounded by flame falls across the hall.
A Balrog. A baby from the ancient world. This foe is beyond any of you. Run, quickly.
They run towards a thin stone bridge without stopping or taking the train.
On deck, fly.
The circle mates cross, but Gandalf, who is Gandalf, breaks down in the middle of the term and faces a childhood illness.
You shan't pass.
Gandalf!
I am a secret firefighter, which will not benefit you in the event of a fire.
The Balrog puts a foot on the bridge and pulls up to full height.
You should not pass!
Gandalf slams his staff into the bridge. It cracks and falls into the disease below. As the Balrog falls, it whips Gandalf's legs, pulls him off the edge. He grips onto the edge with just his fingers.
Fly. You're stupid.
Society is erupting from the Great Hall, east gate of Moriah. Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin slowly fall to the ground, sobbing. Aubergine, who is Aragorn, turns to Boromir, Legumes, who is Legolas, and Gemla, who is Gimli.
Legumes, get up.
Give them a moment, for pity!
At nightfall, these hills will delight in Orca. We must get to the forest of Lothlorien. Come on, Boromir, Legumes, Gemla, wake up. Get on your feet, Sam.
Days or weeks or months later, the Scholarship of the Circle run on the forest floor.
Stay close, young enthusiasts. They say the magic man lives in the forest. An elf witch with a terrible energy. Anyone who appears falls under her spell and never appears again.
Brodo, who is Frodo, hears a word on his head.
Frodo, your results are like a judgment step. Bring evil to it, Ringbaiter.
Nothing gets past this midget. I have a hawk's eye and a fox's ear.
The Scholarship is suddenly being enamored by well-to-do elves. The Scholarship get to meet the elf's wife, Gahadriel, who is Galadriel. Her hair is dark gold and timeless, if I say so myself. Another elf asked where Gandalf was.
He fell into the shadows. Now go to rest, because you are very sad and have worked very hard. Welcome to Frodo, who saw the snow.
Then the Scholarship lay in bed. Frodo's eyes sparkle. Gahadriel looked at him. She led him into a mirror.
Look, a mirror.
How do you see?
With my eyes.
Ah.
It shows a lot of things that can't even be said about smart mirrors. Things are like things. There are some things that haven't even happened yet.
Frodo looks into the mirror and saw Shire burning, saw the world being ruined.
I know what you saw. I have the future in my head. Society is collapsing. He's already trying to take the ring. I know who I'm talking to.
If you ask me, I'll give you a call.
I didn't. You give me freedom. I don't want to be that high.
Gahadril began to get high.
Instead of the Black King, you will have a queen. Not a dark but beautiful yet terrible dawn. Betrayal at sea, stronger than the foundations of the earth. Everyone loves me, yet I am disappointed.
She laughed.
I passed my exams. I am moving to the West World to lose weight. Keep the party.
I can't do it myself.
You wear rings, Frodo. This task is assigned to one user, and if no method is found, no one is.
I know what I must do. Dare me to do it.
Even minors can change the future.
A few days later, the Fellowship jumped on the Elvis boat and boarded the wooden coast. Aragorn and Gimli discuss how to get by Mordors.
As the night progressed, we crossed the lake and hid the boat and went from north to the magic.
Yes, a simple thing. We found M&M. An unstoppable error. A burnt, stinking pond. As long as the eyes can see.
This is our way. I advise you to rest a little and regain your master dwarf powers.
Take me.
No. An orc is patrolling the east coast. We need to look for closure in the dark.
Elsewhere, Frodo passed out under a tree and lost his mind.
None of us should travel, least of all you. So much depends on our date, Frodo. I know why you are looking for tangities.
Who wouldn't be?
You're hard. I see it every day. Are you sure you're not hard needlessly? Let me love you. There are other ways, Frodo. Other paths that might take to each other.
I know what you would say, and it would wise, but for the warning of my heart.
Warning? Against what?
Boromir moves closer to Frodo.
We're all scared, Frodo. I don't see it as a complication. Do you?
There is no way.
All I ask is for a scholarship to protect my constituents. If you would just give me a ring.
No!
Frodo steps hurriedly away from Boromir.
Why aren't you coming? I'm not a fan.
You are not yourself.
What chance do you think we have? They will find you. They will take the ring and you will want to die before the end. I should have owned a mine. Give it to me. Give me a finger.
Boromir leaps on top of Frodo. Frodo puts on the ring and disappears.
I can read your mind. You're going to ring Sharon. You betray me. I don't care about all of us dying. Fuck you. Wait, I love you. And you're half beauty. Frodo, what have I done? Please, Frodo.
Frodo is at the top of Armon Chicken, also known as Armon Hen. It's like Aragorn's house. Frodo removes his fingers from the ring.
It took Boromir.
Where's the ring?
Get away from me!
Fernando, I swore to protect you.
Can you protect me from you? You want to delete it?
I'm going with you to the end and to the fire of Moses.
Take care of people, especially Sam. He doesn't understand what's going on.
Aragorn hears something and pulls out his sword.
Go, Frodo.
200 Uruk-hai swim on almond chicken. Frodo tripped and fell down the hill. He turned to see Satisfaction, who is Merry, and Pippin a Fur, who is Pippin, hiding on a football field a few feet away.
Hide here, quick!
Frodo saw his friends and started shaking.
What's he doing?
He's shaking.
That is what I said. Boromir's horn echoes the names of Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli.
The Gondor Cup.
Aragorn was almost on his way to Boromir. The Uruk Sea is on the right track. After replacing his arrows, Boromir found dozens of arrows from the Uruk Sea. Aragorn caught the Uruk shark, and Boromir arrived after his death.
Frodo! Where's my Frodo?
I let go.
Then you do what I do. Sorry, I can't do everything.
No, Boromir. Fought against courage. You can keep your respect.
And everyone will get laid. And everything will be done, and so my city will collapse.
I don't know what my blood power is, but I swear, I won't release the White Village people. They're losers.
Amen. Amen. They will follow you, my sibling, my boss, my king.
Aragorn knocked Boromir down, and he died.
Be at peace, son Kondo.
On the shore of the lake, Broder, who is Frodo, stood in front of a boat. Sam walked into a tree.
Oh, shit. Mr. Broder.
He never came with me. I hope that doesn't happen.
Broder, who is Frodo, pushed the boat into the water. Sam was heartbroken by the late.
He's alone.
After Sam starts bleeding into the water, he struggles to stay afloat.
Go back to Sam's house alone.
Of course. Join me.
No swimming.
Sam started walking, climbing mountains, and coughing.
What are you doing?
Broder, who is Frodo, drew him onto the boat.
I made a promise, Mr. Brodo. Don't leave him, Samore Kamji. I'm not sure Gandalf knows my name. And I don't think, no, I do not think ever. It's very apparent.
Yes, Sam.
They cry and have their hands up. On the banks of the river, Aragorn, who is Aragorn, Legolas, who is Legolas, and Jim, who is Gimli, see the ship on the other side of the river. Merry and Pippin were kidnapped by orcs.
You mean there is no point in following them?
Fred's fate is no longer in our hands.
It's all in vain. The stock market failed.
If we believe in each other, it will not. We will kill and torture and kill Pippin. Because we have the power to. Leave behind what you can leave behind. We travel light. Let's hunt the little orc.
Fuck Pippin.
Frodo and Sam ran to climb a high mountain. Black volcano smoke rises behind its knees. Magic.
Magic. I hope others will find a safer medicine.
The stylist will take care of them.
I don't think we'll see them again.
Yes, Mr. Frodo. We.
Sam, I am glad you live with me.
The end.
Good news, everyone! Lost in Translation is coming back to Adelaide Fringe in 2022, featuring some returning scripts and some new ones, along with a huge cast of guest stars. From the 18th of February to the 5th of March in Drama Llama at Rhino Room. Tickets are on sale now on Fringe Tix. Go to lostintranslation.com.au for more info. You can follow Lost in Translation on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Lost in Translation Show. Lost in Translation is produced by Braw Media. To stay up to date with all things Braw, go to brawmedia.com.